We'd spent the last 2 weeks at Santa Fe, waiting for a party that never happened, enjoying the hot springs, meeting other travellers, and enjoying the first proper spell of sunshine we'd had since our trip begun. Unfortunately, however, it hadn't all been good times. The police had barricaded off several of the hot springs' many dirt tracks, making access a lot more difficult. Our van was leaking more than ever, and we had an eventful day in the pools, which ended up with Ben chasing a naked hippie through some fields with a group of angry topless feminists. But that's a story for another time. A couple of days later, it was finally time to pack up and leave this beautiful place. We were headed in the direction of Portugal, along with a hitchhiker we'd met from Bristol, but there was one place we wanted to stop and see along the way first: Beneficio.
We drove south for an hour around the Sierra Nevada mountains, then wound our way through the curvy mountain roads until we reached the beautiful little town of Orgiva. From here we followed some vague directions to head north of the town and look out for some hippies and an unmarked dirt track turning. Seemed fairly simple. We left the van to have a wander through the valley and to check out Beneficio's off-grid community of eco-homes and vanlifers.
Hello.
Hi.
Around 200 people live here on this piece of land that was left in his will by the owner to everyone. The village has a school, a bakery, a library, a shop, and even a large communal teepee and shared outdoor kitchen, and its residents drink from the mountain spring and bathe in the waterfall. There were children running around playing, people meditating, doing yoga in the sun. It seemed like paradise.
We walked the entire length of the valley, admiring these quirky homes and their surroundings, before heading back to our van for the evening.
So we're leaving Orgiva today. We're finally heading over to Portugal to go to Freekuency
We reckon the drive's going to take probably about 9 hours in the van, maybe longer, but we're just going to cruise, take it slow and enjoy the sunshine. We hit the road, but soon found ourselves lost in the maze of increasingly narrow streets that is Orgiva. At least we managed to find somewhere to fill up our water bottles, our supply of which had been dwindling since Santa Fe. Nine hours and several stops later, we pulled up to Freekuency Festival to find hundreds of vans there already.
We were greeted excitedly by our friends whom we hadn't seen in over a year since our last party in Portugal, amidst the most beautiful sunset, and sat down around the fire to catch up.
The next day we watched as the vans and lorries came pouring in, till there were over 25,000 people here. Britain Demonage, I love that. With the sunshine beating down on us, we went down to investigate the lake. It was a bit too murky for us to swim in, but others were enjoying it. So we went and did a bit of van spotting instead.
As the day drew on, we went to check out the main area, which had huge tents playing every kind of music you could imagine, circus performers, a giant transformer, and a rusted out car which turned into the festival art project.
we returned to the van for an evening of music and beers around the fire.
The next day started off with more beautiful sunshine and a couple of trucks stuck in the mud. But we were at a festival, and that fact alone pretty much guaranteed that it would rain. We watched the rain clouds roll in and the dirt tracks turn to mud. It rained, and rained, and rained.
Just when we thought the rain would never stop and night was beginning to fall, the rain cleared and the sunset light burst through the clouds.
C'est bon ça? Repeat.